We went to Dominica pretty much to assist with the recovery efforts, specifically related to forest assessment and also the assessment of the endemic parrots that they have on the island.
This mission was 10 days on the ground, a 10-day mission on the ground, so we had to do quite a number of sites. Every day we visited a new site in a different region of the country because we tried to get as wide a distribution of our samples as possible. So we did from some of the highest points in Syndicate to some of the low areas in terms of their dry forests in an area called Warner, and we tried to get a very good span of the island in terms of north, south, east, west and central.
At present, the forestry is destroyed, pretty much 60% as noted by forestry department. Conditions are not very good on the ground, as you would imagine, in terms of the housing stock. A lot of their houses are pretty much destroyed. The road networks are broken. The capital city has some amount of electricity, so they've gone back to some semblance of life there, but generally speaking, throughout the island you can actually see that it's been ravaged, and much of what we've seen is that they're still pretty much destroyed, and it's going to take a long time for electricity and the road network to be restored.
What we pretty much did was conduct some impact assessments, and we collected some data which would sort of help to quantify it, because at the moment a lot of visual assessments are being done, and that is to cover a wide area, but we help them in focusing on one or two areas where we can get quantitative data to pretty much give them a quantitative assessment of it, and that would also help them in monitoring the regeneration of the forest, because within all these disasters we do have opportunities where we can document things like the time it takes for some of their species and so to recover, and that is pretty much the sort of technical assistance we're giving the forestry department.
Added to that, we've also looked at what their flagship species, which is the Amazonia imperialis, the Cicero parrot, and what we realized, as well as the Jacko parrot, what we realized is that most of the habitat for the parrot was destroyed, and these parrots that live pretty much in the forest were now coming into the villages looking for food, looking for fruits, and so we did a number of surveys along the lines of the birds also. At
the moment, we're compiling the data, we're analyzing the data, and we are going to send the data to them in the form of a report where we can actually graphically display the data and also show them the sort of statistical analysis we conducted with the data for them. We're going to also detail some recommendations for the forestry department. That was also one of their requests, to have some recommendations as into how they can move forward with the conservation of the forest given the current state of the forest, and also any lessons we have learned from our experience with Hurricanes Ivan and Emily.
The trip to Dominica was one of the most amazing trips that I've been on since thus far. When we got there, it was quite depressing. The people they were still traumatized after the hurricane. A lot of the surveys that we did, we saw a lot of fallen trees. We were able to see a lot of the endemic parrots that they had. Overall, the experience there was a bit tough at times, but with the assistance of the Waitikobuli National Trail and also the Ministry of Forestry there, they were able to make our experience and our time there very comfortable. They provide us with a generator, a living area. We were able to have a kitchen, could cook some hot meals during the day, and they went all out to ensure that we were comfortable as much as possible.
The Dominican trip was an opportunity for us as students to put into practice all the things that we've been learning in class. So I think all the things that we've been learning in courses like ecological research methods, we were able to practice it in real life. We got the opportunity to work with a complete different forest, like rainforest, not like granitang.
So the trip was a pretty good experience since we got to apply the various skills and methods that we learned from various courses here at St. George's University into a professional setting and working with many different people from the same field in other countries. It was really inspiring.
A lot of us here definitely want to go back to Dominica for a few more weeks again. But this team that we have here, we're definitely hoping to go to visit other countries, to do more surveys, and to bring back the report and data, sharing of data, and also creating a network among other countries.